and welcome to Scripture Slam, where I discuss a Bible verse in 3 minutes. And today we're going to talk about the Bible verse, Proverbs chapter 10 verse 12 I think it is, which says that hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offences. Now, before we get stuck in, I think it's really important to understand a little bit about the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs is classed as wisdom literature. Now, what is wisdom literature? Now, within the Bible, it's a certain type of writing. It's the type of writing that offers advice to how we should live, how we should act, and how we should act around other people, sort of thing. But Proverbs specifically is a collection of sayings or quotes. You know, the stuff you see on those really pretty Instagram quotes? That's what Proverbs is kind of talking about. So the chosen verse, I'm just going to repeat it again so we can remind ourselves, is Proverbs 10 verse 12, which says, hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offences. Now, the first thing we really have to ask ourselves is, what does this mean? Now, there's some people who are super perceptive and can get it straight away, but for the most of us, I think we need to put it into perspective. And the way I'm going to explain it today is by using a little story. So just imagine for a second that you have a really close friend that you love implicitly, and they're doing something they know is wrong, but they convince themselves it's right, and you're upset for them because they are doing these things. And the way you go about it is by hating what they do and hating them for the fact that they enjoy doing that thing that's wrong. And in doing that, not only do you make your friends irate, you might lose them, but your heart comes from a heart of hatred. And what does the verse say? Hatred stirs up quarrels. Sometimes I know it was one of my youth leaders that said this, that I think we need to understand and we need to learn how to disagree well. And this is exactly what this quote is talking about. Now, the second part of the quote is that, but love makes up for all offences. So I'm not saying to you that you should excuse your friend for doing this thing that's wrong, because the thing that's wrong might genuinely be harmful. I'm not saying dismiss it, but what I'm saying is that the way you go about it is from a place of love. You love that friend. You need to treat them with a respect and a love as a person that's trying to help them. And sometimes people don't want to hear what they're doing wrong. Sometimes us as Christians, we need to just love that person, and in doing that, hopefully the power of God will help them begin to see. But sometimes God calls us to interfere and to let them know that perhaps what they're doing isn't good for them. But the way we do it is from a place of love. Once we invest time in our relationship with them, forgiving them and allowing them to change and making them see will become a lot easier, because you've already invested that time, number one, and number two, you're coming from a place of caring for that person, not hatred and not hating them. What's really important to note as well is that God repeatedly does this for us. He comes from a place of love when we're doing something that angers him. And because he comes from that caring place, we are more than likely going to listen to him. So we need to apply that same grace that we've been given to other people. And I think as Christians and as non-Christians maybe, I think we need to work together as humanity to bring that love across. And to make sure that we disagree well, number one, and number two, we give advice for each other to live better lives. And so that's it. Hopefully that's 3 minutes. It might have gone a bit over, but I think it's important to round it up to God sort of thing at the end. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.